Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Dr. Steve here. I am hot and sweaty, sitting outside doing a little project outside my house. And it just kind of raised the question, which I hear a lot. Do you do stuff yourself or do you hire people? And there's a lot of variables to answer that question. I will tell you this. I was raised by a guy who taught me that if you can do something yourself, you don't pay someone else to do it. Right, Dad?
You just get somebody to do it for nothing.
So yeah, I mean, that's the mindset that I was raised by. Is if you can do it yourself, why would you pay someone else to do it, right? But there's a line, right? You get to this line where it's like, do I really want to do this myself? And I'll give you an example. My wife, I'm out here. Okay, and you can see the demolition that's been happening here. But I have this huge patio area. And my wife wanted a place where we could sit outside and eat and talk and relax with the kids. And she was thinking like, patio set. Go buy like No. I decided like a moron that I was going to do something more than that. Oh, it's a lot of work. Just wait. Let me show you this. I decided that I was going to build that. Can you see that? This is basically a huge adult swing area. So these are not swings like a swing set, but it's swings that you can kind of sit and relax on. There's a fire pit in the middle, and you can see the wood or surrounding it. So I saw this online. I said, ooh, I want to do that. Not realizing what was involved. This guy did it on grass. I see the construction, the destruction that we've done. Just taking up these pavers was a pain in the ass. And then we literally drilled these 36-inch holes into the ground. I had to drill 6 of them.
8 inches in diameter.
8 inches in diameter. We've cut all this lumber. I had to buy this lumber. We've cut this lumber. We're drilling this lumber, and now we're creating these vertical posts that you see. So it begs the question, like, when do you get to the point where you really should have hired somebody else? Like, we got to I would say, like, the midway point of this project, and we decided, yeah, maybe we should have hired somebody else. But you know what? This is one of those things that once it's built, years and years, and there's a certain amount of pride that you take when you complete a project and you say, I did that, right? I built that. It's different when you have somebody else doing it for you. Now, well, yeah, but you also have to take in mind, Sarah, that when you hire somebody, it might be faster, but you have to consider the cost that's involved, right? Because there's an expense to hiring somebody else. There's an expense to this project between the time I'm using as well as the materials and all that stuff. But the question is, when do you decide to hire somebody else, right? Part of it is the skills. Do you have the skills necessary to do the project? Fortunately for me, I've got Mr. Engineer over here. Who's the thinker, and I'm the hired help. I'm the manual labor, so I'm doing all the physical stuff, and he's doing all the measuring and the mental stuff. So right now, I'm also getting my house painted. There's Joao. Did I say that right?
Yes.
He goes by John. So he's doing an awesome job of painting the inside of my house. And the reason is because I just don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't have the same skill set he does. I don't have the same time to invest in painting my whole house, and I just don't want to do it. So that's another thing to consider when you're deciding, do I do it myself or hire somebody? If you don't want to do it, hire someone else, because it's going to come out shitty. Like, if you have no desire to do it and you decide to do it yourself, it's not going to come out the way you want it to. So hire somebody else, hire a professional to do it. But for this master, we had the skills necessary to make this thing happen. I just didn't realize how involved it was going to be, how time-consuming it was going to be, and how hard it was going to be. So, but when we're done, this is what we're going to have. It's going to be pretty awesome, right? How awesome would that be to have in your backyard? Good morning, Amira. Hey, Ripper, welcome. I'm sorry if I'm not acknowledging all your comments. I'm outside in the sun, and it's like hard to see the screen, so I'm just kind of walking around showing you what it is that we're doing. So look, here's the bottom line. And you don't have the skill sets to do it, hire someone. It's really that simple, whether it's designing a website or custom banners or doing stuff around your house. If you don't have the skills and know-how, hire someone. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time and money and probably wind up hiring someone anyway. But if it's something that you enjoy doing, something you've done before, something you take pride in, then do it yourself, right? But you also have to consider, how much is your time worth? Like, how much is your time worth and how much time are you going to invest in that project? So you have to weigh these factors when you decide whether you want to do it yourself or whether you want to hire somebody else. So that's it. Whenever you switch, we miss a word or two. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So what I'll do is I won't switch the screen so fast next time. But thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it. I'm actually going to back up into the shade here. For those of you that don't know, I actually live in South Florida, and it's really hot and sunny. Let me see how far back into the shade I can get. Oh, that's better. Shade. Glorious shade. So that's really the bottom line. If you aren't good at something, hire someone. If you want to do it yourself and you take pride in your work, go ahead and do it yourself. But just make sure you don't invest too much time in it. This is a perfect example. This project that I just showed you out here is a perfect example because I bit off more than I could chew. And we're past the halfway point, so we're going to finish it. But I'm investing time and energy in this where I could be spending it elsewhere. But also, if I hired somebody to do this, it would have probably cost a fortune. So I can actually, take pride in this and show my wife, like, I did this. Like, my father and I, we built this. Yeah, you outsource certain things. A kingdom for shade, absolutely. Holy cow. Like at 8 o'clock this morning, it was already almost 90 degrees and like 90-something% humidity. So it's hot here in the summer. But it beats the winters up north, so I'll take it. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the hearts. Hey, Jahal. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate your feedback. And I'm curious, if you guys outsource a lot of stuff or you do a lot of stuff yourself, any other do-it-yourselfers here? Because I do a lot of stuff around the house myself. I'm pretty handy. I like to do a lot of stuff. But like you saw, I got somebody inside my house painting because I just don't want to do it. So if you don't want to do it, hire somebody else. Helmsman Roger, welcome, my man. Appreciate you. So, yeah, if you guys are do-it-yourselfers, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up because clearly I have to get back to this massive project. Let me give you one more look. Okay, so Zara, I did that nice and slow. So you can see we're working on the lumber here. We've already drilled the holes and we've got one post vertically mounted. Yeah, Amira, where are you? Yeah, the winters up north are brutal. Do you need a dryer? Because I'm trying to sell one of mine. No, I'm good. So Steve, you work on electronics? That's awesome. Zara's, you'll outsource vacuuming. Yeah, I'm not a fan of vacuuming either. But some of it's hard, some of it's harder. Oh, you're in Pennsylvania? All right, go Eagles. Yeah, some of it is harder than others, certain things. Like this is the kind of project which, again, it would be very expensive to outsource. So that's why I decided to do it myself. And again, I'll be excited when people come over and say, I built that, right? I'll take pride in this when this is done. So thanks again, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the hearts. Thanks for all the comments. I appreciate you. I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get back to work. My dad's waiting for me. So I will see you guys next time. Appreciate you. Thanks for all the hearts.